Good morning, Coffee Chat Squad. It is Monday, August 20th, 2018. I am Maggie, the founder, the host of Coffee Chat, and welcome to Coffee Chat Facebook Live number 5, the job interview. As you heard in the title, today's discussion is going to be all about job interview strategies to help you succeed and enter and exit that interview with confidence and assurance to help you just thrive in every way possible. But before we get into that, how was everybody's weekend? You guys go anywhere? Do anything exciting? Let me know. I feel like, as I mentioned last week in last week's live broadcast, that I feel like the older I get, the faster my weekends just fly on by. I hurriedly clock out of work on Fridays, take the 4:15 train home, and then I'm like, okay, I can just have a minute to myself. Well, I close my eyes, click my heels, and all of a sudden I'm right back where I started. I'm back in the office. So I wish you guys could see some of the shenanigans that go on as I prepare to conduct these Facebook Live interviews. So in the morning at 8 a.m., we have a general meeting that goes on for about 45 minutes here at the office. And after that, I'm left to my own devices until 10:30, where I have an editorial meeting that lasts for about 90 minutes. Yeah. When you're the deputy editor, you got a lot of people to answer to and a lot of things to present. So, this weekend, I was kind of busy. I was all over the place. Friday night, I took an hour outdoor nature walk. Saturday, I was running errands, going to the mall, building projects, getting ready for today's interview. Sunday, I was with family and watching SummerSlam. Did y'all watch SummerSlam last night? Seth Rollins, he is the new Intercontinental Champion, 2 times over. Can't wait to see what he has in store live tonight on Monday Night Raw on the USA Network, 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern, only on Monday Night Raw. Monday Night Rollins. You gotta have something to help you in life, otherwise, if you have no fun, life will suck. But life doesn't suck. So, before we get into today's discussion about job interviews, I want to share a little story about my first job interview post-grad. So, I graduated cum laude in May of 2016 with a Bachelor of Arts in English Writing. And I began my job search a couple months after that, so in August, so about the middle of August, because graduating college takes a long time and it's a huge process on the brain, and so I just needed a little bit of time to recover. But when I started my job search, I was like a deer in headlights. I was applying to everywhere and everything, and the third application that I sent, I got a call back and an email saying, we want to interview you for this role. Okay, so the interview was in downtown Chicago, and it was near my off-campus program site. So it was pretty easy. I knew the area, I knew where I had to go, and I went there. I went, got all dressed up, nice suit, caramel blonde hair, and I went. I had my notes and everything, and I went. And despite being prepared and rehearsing and, taking notes, I was still a little nervous, which is natural. So if you ever experience that as you go into an interview, that's okay. You're human. It's fine. But during the interview, I just got some bad vibes, and I realized early on that this wasn't the role that I wanted. And I got a little nervous, I got a little anxious. I was like, okay, I don't want this, but I still have to be professional. And so, after I went back home and I sent a thank you letter and a thank you email, I just kind of realized that this was not the direction I wanted to go in. But one thing I realized after my interview was that I didn't really proofread my resume very well, and it didn't have all my up-to-date information. So, yeah, there was that. Despite being qualified for the role, I was not as prepared as I usually am. So today I'm going to give you a little bit of insight on how to avoid these disasters and how you can be successful in your first job interview and the ones to come later on. So, tip number 1, the first thing you need to do when you schedule an interview time is for you to research. Research the company that you are going to be interviewing for and know the ins and outs of the company. Have a notebook with you. Research that website of the company. Jot down their company mission statement, their culture, their latest accomplishments, articles that were written about them, key speakers that they've had, and key players in the company. Write down their goal and absorb as much information as you can about this company so that you're more prepared and very knowledgeable in the company, so that when you're in the interview, you're able just to, be in the interview truly and not, entirely deer in the headlights. All right? So know the details of the role that you are going to be interviewing for. Look at the job description, jot that down, and see how the company mission statement relates to the role. Know some information about the interviewer, okay? So whether that person is the chief executive officer of the company or whether this person is in HR, know a few things about them just so that they know that you care, all right? You have to be genuine. You can't just be a coached individual, all right? You have to genuinely care. So research, not only about the company, but the role and the person or individuals you will be speaking with. The next thing that you need to do is after researching the company, you need to research yourself and your resume. That's something that I talked about in our second Facebook Live, which still reigns true in this one. You need to look back over your resume and think about the opportunities and the qualities that you gain from each role on your resume. So if you had an internship in wherever state or wherever area you're in, what did you gain from that? Did that help you become a better leader? Did it help expand your knowledge in the field? Did it help you manage your time wisely? Whatever you gained from those roles, write that down and talk about it aloud in front of a mirror, just so that you're comfortable speaking in front of, a potential audience. This will also help you reduce filler words, things like that. Try to be as professional as possible. Get out all the kinks now so that you can put your best feet forward in this interview. All right? So after you do some thinking and some researching, you need to go back and reread. Reread the notes that you took. Reread the job description. Because I can tell you from personal experience, when you're sitting waiting for your interview, whether you're driving there, on the train, etc., or you're waiting for that phone call, you get a little bit nervous. Your heart's going to race a little bit more. You may feel a little sweaty. You may feel a little shaking going on in your body. That's normal, but that will also cause you to maybe forget key information. Reread that job description. Have a working knowledge of the details of the role so that you can just be as comfortable and as relaxed as you can in your somewhat anxious state. Sounds a little counterintuitive, but trust me, it works. So, after you reread and do this reflection, you need to then next have a blank notebook with you. Take that to your in-person interview or have that with you during your Skype and phone interview. And on this blank notebook, you're going to be taking notes during your interview, all right? Always ask in the beginning of the interview if it's okay to take notes. Do that for like an in-person or Skype, just so that the person that you're speaking with doesn't think you're doodling, okay? Phone interview, you can doodle, I guess, but be prepared, be as professional and polite as possible. So on that blank notebook, on that page, first you should write the name of the company on the top of the page, the name of the company address, phone number. Then you need to write the role that you are interviewing for and the individual you are interviewing with, along with the date. I love to do this just because I love having that information present and at the top of my page so that if anything happens, I have something to refer back to, all right? So if I lose a card or I can't find the email, I know that in my notebook, I have all the listed information right there in front of me so that I can be as prepared as I possibly can. Okay? Make sense? Cool. Let's keep going. So when you're doing all this research and after you've conducted your personal interview with yourself, with your resume, and the company website, you may have some questions and ideas roaming through your brain. That's good. Keep it up. But once you do that, you need to ask yourself questions about this. What makes this company so unique? After reading about the company mission statement to put smiles on people's faces the world over, whether that be through their Make-A-Wish program, whether that be through their online initiatives, etc., you need to jot down questions that you have about the company, about company culture, about the role, etc. Because at the end of almost every interview, the interviewer will ask you, do you have any questions for me? Now, if you say no, spoiler, you ain't getting the job. They won't call you back. No matter how much experience you have, showing lack of interest toward the end of your interview without questions, having questions present and prepared, shows that you really don't care and that you weren't paying attention, that your heart is not in this role, okay? Always have at least 3 questions to ask your interviewer. And when you're in that in-person interview or whatever interview form you're in, you can always jot down questions that arise based on the information that is being conveyed to you or anything that pops up into your mind at that time, okay? Because sometimes you may not have a question right away, but so as you continue that interview, things will, arise in your mind, and then you're able to just jot them down and ask when you're done. So after that, you need to do a little bit of planning. After all that research, you got to do some serious planning. So when you have an in-person interview, thoroughly research your route, whether you are driving, taking Uber, a train, or other forms of public transportation. Make sure you know the route, you know the address, you have that on hand, so that you are just able to be comfortable with this and be on time. And I suggest leaving for your in-person 10 to 15 minutes earlier normal than you would, okay? Because you never know what could happen. God forbid, there could be an accident on the road, there could be road repair going on, anything could happen, and I would suggest leaving a little bit earlier and getting to your destination early, sitting in your car or a nearby coffee shop early, just so that you can prevent anything from going on, so that you're safe, you're there, you're secure, you're set, and then you avoided any setbacks. Being able to be this agile and malleable and thinking on your feet is key to being a successful individual and employee. All right. And if you're driving to this interview site, potentially, if your schedule allows, try driving there the day before, just so you get an idea for the commute, okay? Just so that it can relieve your anxiety a little bit more. That's what helped me, and that's what I do till this day, whether I'm going to work or whether I'm going to like a doctor's appointment or a different location. Do Google Maps, things like that to help just calm your nerves and to be as professional as you can. You got to avoid things when possible and make do with the area that you're given. And close, say a good impression of yourself, all right? Close, speak first. So men, ladies, be clean, be respectful, make sure your attire is ironed and free of any stains and wrinkles. And don't try to do anything fancy or new clothing styles or hair and makeup or anything like that. Keep it simple, keep it clean and basic because you're interviewing for a job. Don't let your makeup and all this do the talking. Let your personality and your professionalism shine through first before anything else. So after an in-person interview, we've got you a phone and video interview. So when you're conducting a video interview, they could do Skype or Google Hangout, etc. I suggest do a test run of a Skype call with a friend the day before your interview. Just say, hey, would you be free to do like a Skype call with me for like a couple minutes just in prep for my interview tomorrow? Most always people will say yes. Just 2 minutes. Everyone's got 2 minutes. Just like you've got time to listen to me right now and every Monday thereafter. So ask to do a test run for a Skype call just so that you can gauge your audio levels, see what appears in the background so that you can eliminate it and, just have a plain backdrop when possible. And doing a Skype call can just to help you see if you can also relay and send and receive calls easily. Just do a test run because technology can be wonky and you never know what can happen. So I just say, be prepared, try it, you have time, make use of that. And when you're in your phone or Skype interview, make sure that you are in a quiet environment. Mute the volume of any technological devices that you have nearby. Turn off any alarms that you have on your phone. Mute any notifications that you'll get from your phone. Don't be distracted, okay? Eliminate distractions when possible so that you can present your information, present yourself, and be an active participant in the interview, okay? And if you're doing like a phone interview, I'd say wear a nice t-shirt and pants. You know, like you'll be thinking, well, Maggie, I'm at home. I'm on the phone. No one's going to see me. True. I know. But sometimes when you wear something nice, even if it's just a top or a shirt or, a cool outfit, you'll feel good. Your confidence is going to be up there. You're going to stand up taller. You're going to speak like you are the most amazing person in the world. You might be. You never know. You're just going to feel good. Your mood is going to be better. You're going to be excited. You're going to be vibrant. And you're going to thrive. And one last thing regarding the phone and in-person or video interview. Smile. My grade school teacher, Mrs. Sullivan, as well as music teacher, she always said that if you're talking on the phone with whatever context, smile. And you might be thinking, well, no one's going to see me smile. Sure, but they can tell your personality and your interest and your mood based on what they're hearing from that smile. So smiling just shows that you're happy, you're active, you're vibrant, and you're in a good mood and you're excited to be there. And you want to show that. So smile. But don't overly smile, because just keep it simple, like I said. Show genuine enthusiasm, and the rest will work itself out. So some technical stuff. In addition to the facts mentioned, you need to print a few additional copies of your resume, all right? And bring them along with your business cards to the interview. Because sometimes maybe the interviewer might lose or forget your resume, or you might meet other individuals during the interview, other individuals in the department that you'll be working with. It'll be great to give a business card or your resume during that interview so that you're able to just leave your calling card for them, all right? Take no chances. Leave no stone unturned and put your best foot forward. So after your interview, you need to send a thank you letter and a thank you email immediately, within 24 hours, okay? While things are still fresh in your mind, while you still remember the information clearly, and that everything is going, hi, aw, Liz, thank you. You're beautiful as well. Thank you. So make sure that you send that thank you email just because, and thank you letter, just because it shows your professionalism. It shows that you care. You have, after that interview, 24 hours to make use of that time while that interviewer still remembers you, okay? Make use of it. Thrive. Show that individual, show that company that you care and that you love what they're standing for, and that you were so in tune and in sync with that interview that you show that to them. Show that you care. Show that you remember something about the interviewer or about something that you discussed about the company during that interview. Weave that little bit of information into your email and into your thank you card. Again, little details like that help you stand out, and they go a long way, all right? Personality is key, and that shines through. Professionalism is also key, and that will shine through in your letter and in your card. Now, one last thing that is universal for all kinds of interviews. You have to believe in your story. Believe in yourself. Believe what you're saying, okay? Be confident, because if you don't believe it, if you don't believe any of the things that are coming out of your mouth, any of the answers that are, being said by you, I guarantee you that if you don't believe anything, the stranger on the other side of the phone, on the other side of that screen, and sitting across from you won't believe it either. If you don't believe, they won't believe. And why don't you believe? You didn't go to college. You didn't rack up student loans. You didn't spend many sleepless nights typing essays and interning just to not believe in the experience and in your background and in your story. You're strong. You're smart. You're confident. You're capable. And you are worthy. You can do this. Regardless of how many years of experience you have or don't have, your skills matter. Your skills are important. And your skills and your willingness to learn and to grow as an individual and as a leader matter. And that is going to help you succeed in the job and in any interview that you take. Okay? Believe it. Like my trainer and bestie, Jody Susner, says, Pick what you can do and own it. Pick the experiences that you want to discuss during the interview and own it. Own every single thing. Be passionate, be confident, be excited. Show that this job matters to you and why, based on your experiences post-grad from your internship that are going to help you be a valuable asset to this company and prolong the company's longevity and success and help it succeed in meeting its mission and its goal. Believe in everything that you say and in everything that you do in that interview. Be confident, all right? I know I struggle with this too, because sometimes you don't want to appear arrogant, like, oh yeah, whatever, yes, I have all this experience, I did this, and I get that. So I struggle sometimes with that, and you don't want to be overly confident, you want to remain humble. There's a difference. Believing in yourself and being arrogant are two different things. When you believe in yourself, your professionalism shines through. When you're arrogant, you're letting your accomplishments define who you are and make you something that you're not, okay? Believe in everything that you're saying, be confident, thrive, and always take notes. And if you don't have questions for the interviewer, sorry guys. So, do you guys have any questions for me with everything that I've said? I know that was a lot, but any questions for me? I'll give you a second. Have you guys gotten any updates with any job applications that you've sent? Have you done any exchange, any back and forth emails with job posters or recruiters? Let me know. Ask away, guys. Any question, I don't mind. I'm here to help you. You see, I keep getting little private messages from people. They're like, why did you start Coffee Chat? What is Coffee Chat all about? Coffee Chat is a safe space in which I, along with individuals in different fields in our age group, talk to you guys about the job search. I want to be your advocate to help you succeed in life, all right? I feel like there's so much that school and college do not teach you, all right? They don't teach you how to adapt post-grad. They don't tell you how to deal with any mental health issues post-grad. They don't really teach you how to write cover letters. Sure, campuses will have events that say, oh, at 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock today in such and such auditorium, we're going to be doing a workshop dealing with cover letters and resumes. Well, not everybody can make it to those events, whether they have a sporting event to go to, practice, work. Can't really miss work on campus. So not everybody's going to be able to attend those things. Not everybody is going to be able to meet those deadlines, and so they're going to potentially be left to their own devices. And nowadays on the internet you can find almost anything. How to tie a tie on YouTube, how to change a device or change a setting on your computer with a YouTube, you find so many things. But I personally have not seen anything online that says how individuals, millennials, and young adults can live a wholesome, healthy life post-grad. Because I truly believe, based on my experiences, that when you graduate college, you're a little vulnerable. Like, your whole identity changes, and I'm going to be talking about that in a later broadcast down the line, but your identity changes, and everything about your whole life is completely gone. You're no longer a student. You're no longer an athlete. You are you, and you have to decide who you are and who you want to be and what you want to do. The keys to the kingdom are in your hand, and you are the one who has to lay down the brick and the mortar to build your foundation for your present and future. And that's scary. Like, you can't Google Alexa and say, hey Alexa, how do I live my life post-grad? What do I do? How do I do this? If someone invents that, great, but until then, this is why Coffee Chat exists. Coffee Chat is where we have unfiltered, raw, candid, pure discussions about topics that cause our age group anxiety post-grad. I'm going to talk about mental health. I'm going to talk about how anxiety, depression, bipolar disorder, schizophrenia, how all these things make our life a little bit difficult or really difficult. I'm going to provide ways on how to cope with mental health. I'm going to have Nicole Semp come and talk to us about mental health and strategies that she has to adjust to this post-grad life and how to have a balance between mental health and your responsibilities. I'm going to talk about it because if you have a mental health issue, and I'm sorry if you do. I don't wish that on anyone, not even my worst enemy. But if you do, you realize that that pain and that difficulty of that issue manifests itself inside of you, and it physically can hurt, and that can prevent you from being the best version of yourself. I'm going to give you tips about these things, because when I was in college, the very last semester, I was anxious, I was super depressed because I didn't know what I wanted to do. I was just going through the motions, doing everything that was required of me, and not really doing any soul searching. And I didn't like that. And when I graduated, I was just spent. I was tired. I was depressed. I was overweight. And I had no clue. I had no lifeline. I had no advocate. And then suddenly in January of 2017, I decided, all right, enough is enough. I'm going to be my own advocate. I heard that advice on the Doctor's TV show by Dr. Travis, saying, be your own advocate. And that piece of advice in high school stuck with me back in 2008 and until now. And I'm telling you, be your own advocate, all right? And you know what? If you're not capable of it right now, Coffee Chat is going to be your advocate. I'm going to help you. I'm going to tell you about, the ins and outs of my job search and my life post-grad. I'm going to talk to you about how mental health has made it difficult for me to be, an active employee all the time. I'm going to talk to you about how culture impacts who you are and your identity, and how it impacts your decisions and the choices that you make. I'm going to talk to you about fitness. I love exercise. I wake up every day at 4 o'clock in the morning to crank out a 30 to 45 hour Get Healthy UTV workout in my living room with just my hand weights, my resistance bands, my kettlebells, and my step. Yes, step was invented in the 90s. It was very popular in the 90s. I was born in the 90s, and I do step. So thank you, Chris Freitag, Jody Susner, and everybody at Get Healthy UTV. And I'm going to be mentioning them going forward in my workouts because they are a constant in my life, and they are key to my success. They're key to my overall physical, emotional, mental success and stability. So Coffee Chat is where all of these updates and all of these conversations will take place. Because when I graduated, nobody wanted to talk about these things. People were feeling a little concerned and anxious, but no one wanted to talk about these issues. I'll talk about it. I ain't afraid of nobody. My experiences are definitely going to help me help you. And this symbiotic relationship is going to help our society thrive and grow. Because if we don't talk about the things that scare us, that confuse us, that bother us, change will never occur. Our society will continue to go down this downward spiral, and we will never succeed. We'll just be clocking in and clocking out of a meaningless, baseless job that is there to just pay the bills. And yes, you need to pay the bills, but you also want a meaningful career that's going to allow you to produce meaningful work and contribute to society. Right? Doesn't everybody want that? That's why Coffee Chat is here. So please let me know if you have any questions. Hit me up at thecoffeechat@yahoo.com, thecoffeechat@yahoo.com, with any questions and anything that you need answered or addressed. Also, feel free to post on our Coffee Chat Facebook page. Share any updates that you have about your summer, things that you're learning about yourself, your progress with the job search. Let us know. I'm here to help. No piece of information will be irrelevant, all right? Everything is important in this conversation, okay? Because it's an ongoing conversation. Change doesn't happen overnight. Slowly but surely, we are going to help get rid of the societal constructs that plague us and prevent us from being the strong human beings that we are meant to be. So if you guys have any questions regarding the information about job interview skills that I talked about today, please let me know now, or feel free to message me throughout the week. Hit me up on Instagram, _coffeechat on Instagram. You need to tune into my Insta stories because they are on point. They are on fire. All right, you get to see some of my fitness journey. You get to see me doing burpees with kettlebells. Jody, I love you, Jody, because kettlebell swings, kettlebell snatch, kettlebell clean, one-arm kettlebell swings with burpees. Y'all don't want to miss that, okay? And you're going to see me doing meal prep. You're going to see me just go through the shenanigans of my life, because nobody ever just wants to show what actually goes on in their life. They show like this cute little cute selfie pics and everything's all filtered and etc. Life's not filtered. life is continuously, not perfect, and that's okay. If we show imperfection, we'll help to eliminate societal constructs, and we'll be able to achieve everybody's version of perfection. Okay? Mediocrity is not excellence. Don't accept that ever. Now, I've got one little piece of information to impart upon you before we close this broadcast. Next Monday, August 27, 2018, live at 10 a.m. Central, Facebook Live for Coffee Chat will be the commemorative 1-month Q&A. That's right, Coffee Chat is 1 month old. Thank you guys so much for helping me make my vision a reality, and thank you for your support. Thank you for the shares on the page. Thank you for liking me and following me on Facebook and Instagram, and for the messages that you send me, whether that's a DM on Insta or Facebook or at thecoffeechat@yahoo.com. Thank you guys so much, and I can't wait to take you guys through the Coffee Chat journey and see where we go, because it is with you guys who can help me grow and thrive, all right? Coffee Chat is for you guys, and is for me as well. So I'm excited to have you guys with Coffee Chat. So in order to celebrate Coffee Chat's 1 month birthday, anniversary, we will be having a live Q&A on August 27, 2018. Send me questions for the Q&A about anything. Hair, clothes, job stuff, health, anything. If you want me to do a burpee live, I'll do a burpee live in a dress. I did before. I'll do it in stilettos. I don't care. If you want to see my 2 gyms, you want a preview of where I work out, let me know. Hit me up. I'll show you. This is an interactive space, and I want you guys to make the most of it. I'm here to help you. I'll share whatever information that you want, okay? As long as it's not slanderous or inappropriate, all right? So send me questions for this Q&A that takes place next Monday, August 27 at 10 a.m. Central to thecoffeechat@yahoo.com. Send me anything you like, okay? Whether you're retired, whether you're currently in school or currently searching for a job, or regardless of where you're at in life, send me questions. It's going to be fun. Coffee Chat is for everybody, I promise. Let me know. And by sending me questions, you will be entered in to win the giveaway prize. And I've seen this prize, y'all, and it's pretty sweet, all right? So send me questions to thecoffeechat@yahoo.com, because next week's commemorative Q&A is going to be must-see. Just like every Coffee Chat Facebook Live on Mondays at 10 a.m. Central is must-see. Share Coffee Chat with your network, like and share and follow us. Thank you guys for joining me today on Coffee Chat Facebook Live 5, the job interview. I'll see you guys next week. Have a good week. Make it productive, because you guys can do this. You're strong. Believe in yourself. See you next week. Bye.